Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to another book review, courtesy of yours truly. And today it is Equal Rites, and this is actually the third book from this Discworld series. And boy, is it a fun read! If there's some writers that the story that they have to tell, the story, the plot, the arc is amazing, is otherworldly. You don't know where it's gonna go. Everything's unexpected. And then there's other people that show you that how they say it can be amazing, and that's Terry Pratchett. I don't think I've read any other author. This is just my third book by Terry, and it's not gonna be the last. I think there's no other author that I've seen more in love with the written word than Terry Pratchett, in the sense that every page has something quotable and cheeky and clever and brilliant, and he was in love with writing, with just writing, not writing a good story, but writing. If there's anyone that could take the most mundane crap in this world and tell it in a fascinating way, it would have been Terry Pratchett. It's not to say that the story isn't interesting and it doesn't have twists and turns, etc. It's saying that where the strength of this story lies is not in the story per se. Discworld is bigger than that. That Pratchett was able to create a completely ludicrous world, flat world, disc world that floats atop four elephants that are standing atop a great turtle that is hurtling towards a huge star, and when it gets there, it's the end of the universe, and still make it believable. That's the grandeur of Terry Pratchett, that he could say something so insane and you would go, that kind of seems plausible. These people seem plausible. The storyline revolves around the eighth child. Instead of the seventh son of a seventh son, it is the eighth daughter of an eighth son. He's always doing stuff like that just to be cheeky, and it's called Equal Rites. And rather than tell you the story, it is the exploration of why equality is so important and why not upholding equality is so silly and ridiculous, and that he can write an entire book about it, and you would go like, wow, people really just gender roles do exist, and sometimes you can kind of make sense of it because it's things have been going on so long that that's why it makes sense. But if you look at something objectively, you go, that makes no sense, and that's exactly what this book is about. Only men can be wizards, only women can be witches. So what happens when a woman is chosen to be a wizard? In short, all hell breaks loose, which tends to be the norm for Pratchett. Again, I don't want to sound as if I'm an expert or that I've read the entire series. All I want to sound like is like a fan who still laments that I discovered Terry Pratchett after he passed, but who is so happy that there's so much to read. This is the third book. Like I said, it's not going to be the last. I'm probably going to log on and buy the fourth one soon. Brilliant, just consistently funny and such a smart ass. And he can't say, oh, pass the salt. He would say, can you pass, that glass vial containing a portion of what could have been the ocean, but that is now only going to be the salvation of a burger? It would be something like that, but even 10 times better, a million times better. In the ordinary, there is magic, and that's what he does. He says ordinary things in extraordinary ways. And if you're a writer, you really should read at least 2 or 3 books on Terry Pratchett just to see how creative you can get on how you say something, anything. from dialogue to internal monologue, from making suggestions of what's happening without saying it in a clever way. Um, it is consistently entertaining, smile inducing, and really so much worth your time and so much worth your money. Um, I've read some great books, but Terry Pratchett is in terms of funny. I think he and Douglas Adams are just as funny. The thing is that their levels of absurdity or their angles are different. It's like trying to compare your two favorite foods. One might remind you of someone, and the other one might be more delicious. Or more, well, I don't know. It's trying to compare the best sushi you've ever had with the best steak you've ever had with the best juice you've ever had. Um, but what I can say is that it is among the best of what I've read in my life. Uh, it's the type of book that you feel thankful for, and you actually feel kind of smarter because following the thread of the story isn't always easy, but it's always worthwhile. And it's not always easy because you're cracking up so much at how he said something that's why you can lose the thread. Um, I found myself going back a page or two and not minding one bit because it was that good, it was that funny. And I think there's something to be said about humor. Writing a really tragic and sad book that makes you cry a lot is not easy. But writing a book that consistently makes you smile and go, wow, that's clever, and laugh out loud, that's really hard. And that's 3 for 3 for me, or 3.5 because I also read Good Omens and he co-wrote that with Neil Gaiman. So by all means, if you want a fun, psychotic, ludicrous, yet believable tale, check this one out because for me, it's the first book that I finished in 2017, and that sets quite the high benchmark. So let's see how it goes for me. For now, though, thanks for watching. If you like, click like. If you really like, click subscribe. If you adore, tell other people. And regardless of what you choose to do or not do, peace, love, and maki.